Here we have Supergirl by Revoltech, and I paid extra for mine, so I do have the pre-order bonus. So we'll have a look at that in a moment. My box is a little bit damaged, so this is how it came. It does happen sometimes. So I do like how she comes with this plastic, so this will protect the figure when it's inside the box. It stops the paint rub, it stops the cape rubbing against the figure unnecessarily when it's in the box. So I do like that they have all this protective plastic on the figure. She looks fantastic. I think she looks better than what she did in the promo shots. Some of the photos on the promo shots, her face didn't look too good. But looking at this, I think she looks a lot better than what she did in those photos. And the colour of her as well. She's not quite as metallic, I don't think. I think the suit, although you can see it's a metallic finish on there, but on the promo photos it looked like she had a really metallic looking suit, whereas when you see it in person, I feel the colours look better than what was shown on there as well. And here's the cape. It's a wired cape, so there's a posable wire in there. Yeah, first look at the figure, and I think she looks great. Here are the extra hands that she'll come with. I like it when they put their hands on this, is it called a tree? You know, a little accessory tree here. I believe they do this because when the hands are on here, it stops the holes closing up. So when they're inside the box and they're not being used, when they're sitting on here, at least when that pig's in there, due to humidity and things like that, it just stops the holes shrinking. Plus when they're on there, you know where they are at all times, so you're not going to lose them as easily as you would if they were loose in the box and you open the box and everything just flies all over. At least when they're on here, they're all kept where you know that they're going to be safe. She has a figure stand included so you can get some flight poses. We do get an extra joint inside the box in case you snap one of the wrist pegs. So I like it when they include things like this. At some point they will stop selling these figures, so it's nice to get an extra wrist peg just in case you do snap one of your wrist pegs. And then we got this additional face where you can see she's smiling. And we get this angry face. You can see she's about to blast that beam out of her eyes. Look at the shading on her cheeks. You can see there's some red shading underneath the eyes. The paintwork is lovely with this one. I've noticed no paint issues on any of the accessories on the figure. The paintwork's really nice on this. And we get one of these so we can change the direction of the eyes. So you can get really creative by just changing the direction of the eyes. And I don't think you get this type of option on figures other than import figures, so I like that they include this on the import figures. It's just a nice extra added benefit to getting these. So those are the standard accessories that the figure comes with, and then if you've paid a bit extra for the pre-order bonus, then you'll get this additional head. Now most sites don't do the pre-order bonus. They are exclusive to only some sites, so that there's a select few sites that do get the pre-order bonus, and they will sell out very fast. So if you're lucky enough to get yourself one of these with the pre-order bonus, then this is what she would come with. And that's her with the pre-order bonus. Extra faceplate. And I think that looks fantastic. I think these sites that do the pre-order bonus with the Revoltech figures, it's definitely worth paying the extra for these. It was the same with the Venom release, where you got the classic Venom faceplate. I think these pre-order bonus extra faceplates just add so much more character to the figure. It gives you a lot more options when it comes to posability. And the price for these also skyrockets. If you can get the pre-order bonus once that's sold, you'll notice that these will go up for a lot more money on the second-hand market. So if you miss out on the pre-order bonus, you're looking at paying a lot of money, even just for the extra faceplate alone, even just for the bonus alone. Without the figure, you're going to pay a lot of money. So I'm very happy that I've managed to get the pre-order bonus with this one. You can see how the light shines through the plastic as well. This is one of the other standard faceplates that comes with the figure. So you can see she's angry with red eyes. There's no balance issues with this figure either. She stands perfectly on her own, so there's no need for any stand or anything like that. She needs no assistance. You do obviously get the figure stand, but she doesn't need it. She stands without any issue. And the hands are nice and easy to switch out as well, so there's no issues with the joints. They come off nice and easy. So I don't think that there's much risk when it comes to breaking these figures on the joints. You do get the extra joint in there anyway, but as you can see, they come off nice and easy, and you can switch the hands out without any issues. And that's the smiling faceplate that she comes with. And this is where the figure stand comes in handy, so you can get her in some nice flight poses. Again, as I explained before, she doesn't need the stand for balance. She's perfectly balanced and she can stand on her own, but if you want to put her in some of these flight poses, then that's where the stand will come in. So before we look at the figure's design and the articulation, I'm going to fetch in Revoltech Catwoman so you can see what she looks like stood next to Catwoman. So getting this figure in hand, I must admit I love the design of this figure. I feel like she looks a lot better than what we were getting with the promo pictures. I think the sculpt looks fantastic. You can see all of those lines sculpted into the costume. The material that they've used for this wired cape is really nice. I feel the plastics that they've used feels premium, so the figure it feels expensive. It feels like a quality action figure. And the paintwork is immaculate. There's no paint issues. I've got no paint bleed. I've got no issues with the joints. So overall, from a design perspective, I think this looks like a fantastic figure, and I'm absolutely loving everything that I'm seeing with this. Now Revoltech focus heavily on articulation, so depending on how you look at these figures, some of the sculpt is broken up slightly for the implementation of articulation. So if we have a look at the shoulders and things like that, depending on how you turn the joints, you can see that those pegs, they are exposed. So you do have to play around with these to get them into some nice poses and things, just to hide the gap in them joints. But once you get them into a position and things like that, you can hide the gaps quite well. But when it comes to articulation, these things can do so much. You know what I mean? The hair's articulated. You get lots of range in the neck. Now I thought these boots might have had a bit of a swivel in there, but it doesn't look like they do. But you can get your swivel from the hips. There's a double joint in the knees. She also has some articulation in the ankle. And she has some toe articulation. So absolutely loads of range when it comes to articulation with this figure. If you're unfamiliar with Revoltech, you really do have to get one of these in hand to play about with these, to understand, you know, just what these can do. I think you need to spend a lot of time manipulating the joints and putting them into different positions to get them into nice poses, and to also hide some of the gaps that you get with these. But you know, once you get them into a nice position and things like that, the gaps themselves, they are part of the figure, but you are able to hide them just by spending a little bit of time playing about with them. But when it comes to the sculpt, when it comes to the design, and then you put the articulation in with that, I think that these figures are fantastic. And at the moment, looking at this and getting this in hand, I honestly couldn't be happier with this. This has surpassed my expectations, and I'm just really happy to add this one into my collection. So that's going to do it for this one. That's the Revoltech Supergirl by Amazing Yamaguchi.